Now, it's been an iconic year for NFL, National Football League. The Super Bowl just concluded, and what an electrifying contest that proved to be. We'll get you more on that in just a bit, but if there was ever a fairy tale, picture-perfect ending to a season, this would have to be it. There was one team that hogged all the headlines, not only because they were playing some of the best football, but they managed to be the talking point even when they weren't. Taylor Swift's connection with NFL and the Kansas City Chiefs has made this season, and the Chiefs in particular, one of the most followed clubs in NFL history. The fairy tale ending meant Kansas City Chiefs, an underdog side going into this one, would stop the very dominant San Francisco 49ers in their tracks. It was going to be a massive challenge, particularly when most of the season, a Super Bowl appearance seemed like a long shot for the Chiefs, a near impossible task. But the Chiefs had come with that mission in mind. And when I say Chiefs, I say Captain Patrick Mahomes, the man who clearly had the vision and led with conviction. The Chiefs were coming into this final with an underdog tag to their name, but they showed the swagger from the start. Take a look at how they entered the stadium in Las Vegas. Most of the Chiefs walked into the stadium dressed in all blacks formal, slick, and looking like they had a point to prove. That win or lose, they were not going to be pushovers. It was the perfect matchup. On one side, there was a team that probably shouldn't have made it to the Super Bowl, heavily reliant on the skills and talents of their captain. With the exception of a couple of players in Travis Kelce and rookie Rashee Rice, Mahomes was surrounded by receivers who really weren't up to the mark, which meant they had to rely on their defense tactics. And up against them were the 49ers, led by Brock Purdy. It was a team boasting of the best offensive ensemble. The first quarter was a scoreless scramble, as you'd imagine. Unexpectedly, the 49ers came on strong to take the lead. At one stage, the Chiefs were down double digits. Now, I'm not going to relive every minute detail, but we ought to look at a few moments that became sort of markers of the Super Bowl showdown that will stand as hallmark moments from this contest that we'll go back with. Like when Travis Kelce gave out a frustrating roar towards the head coach Andy Reid on the sidelines. The Niners were putting considerable pressure on the Super Bowl defending champions. One man, though, was soaking it all up, and he will be the one other reason Super Bowl 2024, in fact, and the NFL will be remembered: Patrick Mahomes. Now, I say one other, and I'll come to reason number two in just a bit. Kelce, after the match, said that no matter the situation, the time on the clock, Patrick Mahomes will always have magic in his arm. And it is to no surprise then that Mahomes has played all 4 Super Bowls in his career, trailing by double digits. So he knows a thing or two about playing under pressure. And even though the pressure was showing on his teammates, he kept his cool and rallied them around him. One stunning field goal, a record-breaking 57-yarder by Harrison Butker, cut the Niners' lead down a bit marginally, but there was some sloppiness from the Niners as well on their part that resulted in the scores going level, and Chiefs then even taking the lead 13-10. It was at this point that both captains decided to step up and play at another level altogether. Both created some tactical genius moves and passes for their sides. If Purdy's brilliance coupled with Jake Moody's magic took the Niners to 19-16 with 3 seconds left, it was Mahomes' inspired work that got the scores tied at 19-all and force an overtime for only the second occasion in Super Bowl history. The last time a Super Bowl was decided in overtime was back in 2016. The Niners took a 22-19 lead in overtime. Minutes wound down, but the Chiefs were not giving up. They pushed and pushed, and with seconds left, Mahomes' super pass found his teammate Mecole Hardman on the goal line for a historic 25-22 win. A back-to-back win, which is special in Super Bowls. And it was also Mahomes' 3rd Super Bowl title. What an achievement for the 28-year-old. And he doesn't want to hit the pause button just yet.
I think Tom said it best, is once you win that championship and you have those parades and you get those rings, you're not the champ anymore. You have to come back with that same mentality. And I learned from guys like that have been the greatest of all time at the top of the level. So that's my mindset, is I'm going to celebrate with my guys because of how we done this. But then we're going to work our way to get back to this game next year.
He says something so important here, the mentality, so crucial in big situations, in tense situations, in moments where things can easily slip away from you. He mentions the legendary Tom Brady, who's got the most Super Bowl titles under his belt. And why not? Patrick Mahomes with 3 is inching towards him. and dreams of possibly equaling him at some stage too. The desire to be the best is evident in Mahomes' mentality and his method. And the captain summed up the Chiefs' campaign in the season rather aptly. A team that simply defended its way to glory in all the ways possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's special. I think it's that championship mindset. I mean, whenever stuff isn't going great, we're going to continue to fight. And this game wasn't. We had times we weren't playing great, especially the offense, and we were able to step up to the occasion while the defense is making those stops. And people are going to talk about the offense because we had those last few drives, but the defense is what kept us in that game, and that's our entire season. They're going to give us chances, and we're going to make it happen when it counts.
Now, I said Mahomes was reason number one that we would remember this NFL season and the Super Bowl for years to come. And this season, for what's reason number two then? Has to be Taylor and Travis saga. The two put Kansas City Chiefs up on the popular culture radar. They made the club cool. They made NFL so much more cooler. And they definitely ended up being the most watched side. Sure, the celebrity attendees and the performances at halftime do enough to get the world talking. This year, it was Usher being behind the mic, Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga, LeBron James, all in the stands that got the glamour quotient up. But the Grammy winner, for a fourth time now, Taylor Swift has made this season the most memorable and most rewarding one yet. Sure, she gets the hate. In fact, a few of the Niners fans booed her when she was shown on the big screen for the first time during the match. But that's just the noise that is not so significant enough. Not close to as significant as the contribution that Taylor Swift's attendance has made to the sport itself. More people are watching it, more women are watching it. NFL always had their superstars, their top performers. They are being talked about a lot more now and in different circles, all thanks to Taylor Swift. Andy Murray's tweet sort of sums it up, where he congratulates Taylor Swift for a great Super Bowl win, really indicating what a lucky charm she's proved to be and also what she's brought to the NFL in so many ways. Travis Kelce, of course, cheekily said after the win that the pressure on him was immense. He had to match up to his girlfriend, who completed her music tour, hopped on a private jet to get to Las Vegas to cheer him on, and managed to pocket a Grammy award for her album On the Way too. Talk about being an overachiever. No team has ever won 3 Super Bowl titles in a row, though, and Patrick Mahomes says that is what's on his mind now. Sure, it's great to celebrate as one should. It's not often you win a Super Bowl, but he's quick to say Mission 2025 is well and truly on. So did Kelce at the podium when the trophy was given right after the win. He couldn't control his emotions. The Chiefs are gunning for the title number 3 on the trot, and when the next season begins, they're surely not going to be coming in as just underdogs.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on First Post America.